I kept waiting for the music to start and I had it on pause. Hello, everybody. This is Nikki from It's Going to Be Okay. And today I am going to talk about, I'm all just confused now. So I'm going to answer Reddit threads in real time again. So I thought that was a great one last time, and I'm going to do it again today. So let's get started. I had my introduction already and everything, and I'm all goofy, so we'll just end it here. But I spent 10 minutes looking for I did a new video, and on the introduction, and I don't know where I put it, so I've got to find it. It's pretty bad when you lose stuff in your house. Now I lose stuff on my computer, so what about that? So the last couple of weeks, I haven't been live, so we've had a lot going on, and I've been mentally fatigued, so I kind of took the last 2 weeks off. But I'm back now, and I've got some good Reddit threads, and it really just about broke my heart reading some of these. And so I printed some out, and so I'm going to read them. I'm not going to say who posted them or anything, but we will get started, and then I'm going to respond to them. So there's a couple. Some of them are super serious, and some of them not super serious, but serious. So this one, he is requesting they are requesting, I don't know if it's a man, woman, or whoever, but they're requesting advice. And the header has imposter syndrome. So they've been doing 2 jobs for the bulk of their post-collegiate life as a chemist and chemistry teacher. In the last few years, they've developed a terrible feeling. They don't know what the heck they're doing anymore. And should they just quit both of their jobs? I know that's not really an option, as I'm the larger income of their marriage. However, I don't know how to get past this terrible hurdle. Is like this wall that I run up to and say, screw it, because I'm not just capable. Desperately trying not to negative spiral today, just not doing well at all. Any advice is appreciated. So it sounds like, a very responsible adult. They went to college. They are a chemist, and they are a chemistry teacher. They have 2 jobs. And so how many of you have been, you do everything right. You go to your jobs every day. You do what you're supposed to do. You go home, you help out with the family. And then sometimes you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing for me? Is it even worth it? Like you don't feel like you have any drive, or you don't have a purpose, or you even appreciate it. I kind of feel like that's where this person is in their life. They're kind of, and they're just feeling negative about where they are. I would definitely ask, do they have any hobbies? Have they taken any vacations? I don't know if they have any kids or anything, but sounds like they definitely need to take time away from their regular jobs, instead of just quitting if they haven't done that. But we do have to take care of ourselves, and that's physically, mentally, and emotionally. So if you're working and working and working and not taking time out for yourself, and especially with your family, getting away from your regular work and going and having fun, even if it's a weekend getaway, you have to do that, people. You have to do that. And I mean, I know in Europe, a lot of it's traditional for a lot of the countries um, to take a 3 month holiday. I mean, a 3 month holiday, and they travel and do all kinds of things. And because the rest of the time they're working, and we need to do that. We need to have time to ourselves and time away from our regular jobs. And I feel like that's where this person is. They're kind of lost, their goal in life. Um, I don't know how old they are. Um, and who knows, maybe their jobs have changed and it's just not fulfilling like it used to. So definitely, I just I hate when people suffer. It just breaks my heart. Um, I just wish I could, wave my a magic wand and say, boom, there you go. Your, your problem's been answered or problem's been solved. So I would definitely, if you feel like you are in a rut, you know, what can you do? What can you do? And what if you don't have the finances to make that change? I mean, I was a single mom for the longest time. I didn't have finances, but I try to make things fun in a simple way, you know, um, going to the park, um, doing free things, Um, sounds like, uh, well, he is, or they are in a marriage, I'm assuming. For some reason, they said that they are the larger of the income. So I'm assuming the person is a he, just for the simple fact that, um, in the past, men have traditionally have made more than women in the marriage. So that's what I'm getting out of this, just from my experience. That may not be true anymore, but so maybe he needs to talk to his wife. Maybe they need to spice things up at home, or maybe they need to reevaluate their relationship and try to spend more quality time together. Maybe they're not appreciating each other as much. One of the things that I do is the 12-week breakthrough challenge that my life coach offers, and that I do it consistently now. Once it ends, I take a break and then I start it up again. So I have three challenges that I do, and I always will put one in about family. And so this time is appreciating my husband. And so that is writing a love note, writing a poem, going out on a date, giving a pedicure, um, things like that. In the past, when um, we weren't having sex as often as he wanted, then I made that a point, um, because I take a lot of medication. And so, as you all know, medication tends to um, inhibit sexual, desires or whatever. Um, so I had to make a intentional effort to be intimate with him. And so those are things that, you have to do. It's not, these things don't just happen. You have to work at it. And I don't want to make it sound like a job, but you have to work at your relationships and even a relationship with yourself. So if you've not been taking care of yourself, then you need to be more intentional. So, maybe you need to journal. Maybe you've got so many thoughts in your head that you don't know where you're going. You feel like you're just adrift. You're on a piece of wood in the ocean and you're just drifting around. You need to write your thoughts down. And those things will help you get clarity. And and you're not going to feel like you're lost. So I think that's why they might be feeling like they don't know what they're doing, is because they've got a lot of feelings and emotions, and that maybe he's not just happy with his jobs anymore. Maybe he needs to, maybe he's not feeling appreciated. So he needs to, maybe talk with a supervisor, and a lot of times, writing these things down and doing a brain dump is going to help you realize what you need to do. Some of it may be just nonsense, but a lot of it, the important things are going to come out and they're going to be glaring at you from the page. And you're going to be looking at those. And those are the ones that you're going to need to pay attention to. Because trust me, when I do a brain dump, some of it is a bunch of hogwash. But the important things are staring at me, and I don't wanna look at it because I know those are the ones that I gotta pay attention to, right? So, okay. Um, he's trying, yeah, desperately trying not to negative spiral today. So it's been weighing on him, so he's reached out to help. I know these are ones that are recent and people have responded to him. So, anywho, so that was a good one. Nobody wants to stay. This one didn't have a lot of information. They're requesting support, but for me, I would have a lot of questions. Like I would need more explanation. So if you are watching, there's, you know what? I'm such an idiot. I forgot to put the link in, but you can make a comment and just say, "Hey, this is," put your name, and if you have a comment, and it would be nice to have some reactions. But anyway, so this one is, I don't know what to do. I've lost everyone. So I don't really know what he means or what they mean by I've lost everyone. I don't know if that means they've died or they've left him or they left or whatever. People online come into my life and then disappear. People in real life disappear. I don't know why I listen to people. I get them food or resources when they need it. They say I'm fun to be around. So why won't they stay? Why won't anyone stay? I'm trying so hard to be good, but it's never good enough. So it sounds like this person has had a bad relationship in the past where they've been told they weren't good enough. And so he feels like he's got to be good enough for everybody. So that's one thing that I got out of this. And he feels like they he's got to do things for people to get their approval, and that's not working. So I would think this person probably has low self-esteem, and they definitely need some really get their self-esteem up. They have self-worth because they seem to be a reliable person, because whenever someone asks them to do something, they do it, right? I mean, that's what I'm getting. Um, And a lot of times, if we don't have someone reliable in our life, I like for me, there's been times as an adult, I've not had another reliable adult in my life, that I could confide in. Um, I will always work on something that myself that I need to work on. So what does Nikki need to work on? Why doesn't Nikki have a friend right now? So is Nikki being a whiny butt? Is she being assertive? Is she being bossy? Things in my past that have come up that have annoyed people. Um, so, what can I do to improve myself so that when someone needs a friend, I am there for them? It's always nice to have support and to have someone that you can, rely on. But we should really think about who can rely on us. And it seems like this person has people in their life that can rely on him because they ask him for help. And they're looking at the glass half empty instead of half full. So, um, what is it that they feel like they're missing? That they don't have somebody in their life. Are they just wanting someone to go to the movies with them, or are they wanting a life partner? I mean, what is it in their life that they're looking for? So those are some things. Those are some of the questions that I have. Is he referring to family members? Maybe they are around when he needs them or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Um, and maybe he's just lonely. Maybe he's just and the people that he wants to hang with aren't there, you know. But but like I said, that one I really wish I had some more information on um because I was really it left me with questions wondering, are you like I said, are you wanting a life partner or are you just wanting someone to go to the movies with? And you've asked people and they said no, you know. Um, so it's hard to tell with some of these. But so that was another one. Let me put this over here. I did that one. So let me know what you think about some of these. I mean, have you been through some of these in your life where you felt like you didn't have anybody around? I mean, there's been plenty of times when I wanted to go to movies and I had nobody. I mean, who goes to the movies by themselves? I remember the first time I went to the movies by myself and I felt like I had a horn sticking out my forehead. And I felt so weird. And now I wouldn't think twice about it, you know, because I've just gotten so comfortable being able to go out and do things by myself. And it's probably because when you're a parent, you always have, someone with you, a kid or whatever, or when you're married. Well, most marriages, they always have somebody with them um, when they go out. So and then some people enjoy being by themselves, you know. Sometimes I just want to be by myself. I don't want to and it's only because I socially and I talked about this earlier with my life coach is sometimes I get socially when you know what? I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi off. I'm such a goober. So this will probably mess me up. Okay. It didn't mess me up. Yay. Anyway, sometimes being socially present when you're in front of people a lot, it wears me out. Um, and it seemed like a lot lately I've had to be present I've had to be nice people. Sometimes I don't want to be nice. Being nice sometimes is hard. But so this week I kind of just took I just didn't go anywhere. I stayed home and kind of just stayed out of the public. It's probably a good thing. You're always welcome. Okay, so this one is requesting advice, and they need advice on getting through social situations. What a good segue. Sometimes it's very hard for me to pretend to be fine. It's becoming more and more difficult. People think I'm mean and arrogant, but I'm just uninterested and tired. Not personal, but my mental load is heavy and I can't entertain nor can I or want to explain to anyone. What tips, distractions, techniques, or whatever do you do that helps you get by when you work around people, friends, families, etc.? So, this one is a good one. So personally for me, when I am like this week, I was way overloaded. Okay. So I stayed home. I didn't go around people. And now I understand a lot of times you have, like if you work out in the public, you have to go, right? So what can you do to prepare yourself mentally for when you are going out in public and you're not feeling like your brain is going to explode. Um, so when I was working in an office setting and not working from home, um, I would get stressed. And so what I would do is one, I would go to the bathroom and go in a stall, and then I would just do like the breathing, even breathing, like meditating, closing my eyes. And sometimes it didn't work because there were other people in the bathroom, you know, or I would go out to my car and I would sit in my car. Um, it would just depend on the situation, what was going on in the building or outside. Now, if it was nice outside, I would walk outside. Okay. And I definitely took advantage of going outside and walking a lot because if you get your blood moving, your oxygen starts flowing through your body and it gives your brain fresh oxygen. And that's going to give you a mental boost. Okay. So when you're feeling overloaded, I would suggest doing that if you're able to. Now, if you're in a social setting, just stay as long as you can, but definitely leave before you get really stressed or completely agitated. Do not stay beyond completely stressed out, okay? Because that's not going to serve you or anybody else at the social function any good, okay? Um Now if you're at work, definitely um get away from other people, go outside, um, get you some fresh water, something. Usually, me going out and walking in the fresh air, even if it's cold out, would help. And then I could go back and resume my duties. Most workplaces do give you a couple breaks, and you know, we had one in the morning and one in the afternoon. They were short, but I would save them for that. Um, but if you are finding yourself needing more breaks than that, there might be something else going on, and you might need to talk to a health professional about that. So, but distraction techniques, sometimes listening to some music, if you're able to put in earbuds, listen to some calming music or whatever your favorite is that, helps you. Those usually are the best things to do, or listening to some motivational speakers. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. I would definitely check those out. And, but usually when I would be getting stressed, the best thing I did was to either go in a quiet place and meditate, clear my head, or go outside and take a walk. Those two is usually the best things that would work for me. So that's what I would suggest you would do for that one. So, all right. Let's see here. I think I have one more. But before I do, I want to show my promo, and then we'll get to the last one. My wonderful friend, are you ready to take a deep breath and open up about something that many of us face but often keep hidden? Yes, I'm talking about the challenges of depression and anxiety and the emotional roller coaster it can sometimes bring. Well, guess what? You're not alone, and there's a safe space waiting for you at It's Going to Be Okay. Can you picture a place where you can talk openly about the highs and lows of motherhood? A community that understands without judgment. I know that navigating the world of depression isn't always a picture perfect journey, and that's why I am here to offer you support, guidance, and a listening ear. But it doesn't stop there. I am excited to introduce my free 1-hour consultation, a chance for you to connect with a caring and compassionate coach who truly understands what you're going through. During this consultation, you'll get the opportunity to dive deep into your emotions, fears, and challenges in a judgment-free environment. My goal is to help you feel heard, understood, and empowered. Oh, and let's not forget about my free assessment test. Wondering how deep in that funk you're feeling might be? Our assessment is designed to provide you with insights into your emotional well-being, specifically when it comes to your experiences with depression. This isn't about labeling or categorizing. It's about giving you a starting point on your journey toward emotional well-being. So here's what you need to do. Visit my website, www.nikkiasherbowling.com, to sign up for your free consultation and assessment test. Remember, taking this step is a sign of strength and self-care. It's time to prioritize your well-being and remind yourself that you're never alone on this path. Join me at It's Going to Be Okay as we embrace the messy, beautiful, and real moments of depression and anxiety. Let's navigate this journey together hand in hand. Don't hesitate. Take the first step towards support and healing today. Remember, dear friend, you are stronger than you think, and your feelings are valid. I am here for you every step of the way. Visit my website, www.nikkiasherbowling.com, now to claim your free 1-hour consultation and assessment test. Because at It's Going to Be Okay, together, we'll find the light even in the darkest of moments. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of my beautiful community. Here's to embracing the unfiltered journey of depression and discovering the strength within us. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, it's going to be okay. Yay! It's going to be okay, people. Even when your house is on fire and it's turning to ashes. Actually, I shouldn't laugh about that. Okay, so the last one is this is more of a rant. So, and and it sounds like it's a teenager, but I'm going to read it and we're going to discuss it. Says I need someone to tell me they understand me, please. So no one understands mental illness stuff in my environment. I do have to show up to school, but I am stuck stuck up thinking about my explanation. I don't know what that means. I did tell my English teacher I have depression months ago, but my parents said I am just lazy. 19 years ago, by the way, he's an undergrad or they're an undergrad. I do have other mental illness struggles. They have anxiety, self harm, agoraphobia, MDD, and body dysmorphia. But my parents never really cared or believed me that I am mentally sick. They tell me I am not a crazy person, therefore can't let me go to a psychologist of any kind. Whenever I mention to school counselors every year, I change schools like 4 times, that I have depression, they usually don't know what it means. I don't blame them. Most people are religious and they believe the people who gives up on them are selfish and go to hell. So we don't even have a suicide hotline, and I am sure I would call them every week if we had a line. Or why can't I basically wash up every 3 days and come to school just like every kid? They will never understand that the reason I am at my bed for 12 hours every day isn't because I enjoy sleeping. It feels like torture to try your best and no one sees it. My agoraphobia definitely is created by my depression over the years. I stayed at home more than half my life for sure, and depression made me appreciate every little thing in life brings happiness. Birds chirping, smell after rain, whenever kids tell their jokes to you, whenever someone you don't even know is kind to you. I could write a whole book about these and how beautiful it felt even when I was the most miserable. But now it's different. I can't see life the same. It's like my depression um, evolved into agoraphobia, afraid of going outside, and I am only filled with fear and regret. It seems like I am coming to an end, but I have to stay alive because I don't want my parents to think I deserve to go to hell or anything. I just need to hear someone tell me they understand me. I just wish that someone would see that I am trying my best. I am not a lazy teen, I swear. So this one has a lot in it. And it seems like years after COVID really messed up a lot of people. And I can understand the agoraphobia part of it because during COVID, I mean, we didn't go anywhere. I worked from home. I didn't go out to anywhere. I rarely went to family, even when we were allowed to. So when I ordered groceries and went picked them up. So I would get in my car and go places, but I did not go into any place. Um, and then we had a lot of our functions online. So, and there were times when I would still feel that need to not leave my house. And it was a struggle. Um, I did not want to live that way. So it's definitely gotten better. But as I said earlier, when my social presence is I feel mentally overwhelmed by it. I do want to stay home and just kind of not rest any. I mean, I do rest, but not, and I still do things around my house, but just not be around other people. So before I would just lay in bed all day, and I don't even do that anymore. Um, I definitely, will watch TV like I used to, um, but still, it can get a hold of you and cause you to not want to go anywhere, right? It wants you to stay home. and not face anything or anyone outside. And I feel like that's what's happening with this person. So it seems like their family is religious. So one thing I learned growing up in a religion, they believe that God can heal you from anything. I believe that. However, I also believe that God gave man knowledge. How do we have all this scientific knowledge? You know, so it's not to be wasted. You know, Humans learn. And so we've got medical knowledge. It is for us to use, and to use the medication when we need it. And I don't know where they're from, but um, it sounds like if they have insurance, then he's allowed to use it. But I mean, I don't know where the kind of feels like this person is not from the US. I don't know. I'm not for sure. So, but they are trying to be a positive person, but them living day to day, not leaving their house is not good. They need to reach out to somebody. Um, but like they said, they've moved 4 different times to different school, and the counselors don't even know what some of the things that he says he has are, and can even help him. So the only thing I can do is just encourage this person to develop a self-care routine until his situation changes, and to keep reaching out to people like he did today. I mean, obviously, this was just a rant. It wasn't requesting advice or requesting support. So, I mean, obviously, they feel like um, their situation's not going to change. But I would definitely, it seems like they do have um, the need to look for the positive, and to one of the things that my life coach talks about is circling the wagon. And I'm like, what in the world is she talking about? This circling the wagon. But one day she said that she played a game when she was young, and sometimes you couldn't advance. So you were just stuck walking around the wagon. And it was the Oregon Trail game. It was some kind of a game like that, and I had never heard of it, but there's really a game like that. And so, and there's sometimes in the game where you can't advance, but you just circle the wagon. And so it's just placing, it's just you're in a holding pattern until something in your life changes. So you keep doing the things that you know to do. So I feel like in this moment I've been circling the wagon. I lost my job, and I'm been looking for a new job, and I still been continuing to do, my coaching and podcasting and things like that. So I just I keep doing my self-care routine. I keep praying, journaling, and going to church, and doing all those things that I know that God wants me to do, and until something changes. So that is, an example of circling the wagon. And I feel like that's where this person is, where they are in this, in their life. And so they really need to develop a self care routine, and they need to develop some challenges um, one thing that they want to change about themselves. When you start out wanting to change your life, there could be a whole list of things, but when you struggling with mental illness, you cannot take on everything. That is just way too much. You will definitely lose your mind. So you just do one thing. So when I went through my bad depression, I could not fix the thing in my life that caused the depression. I could not fix it. So there were other things in my life that I had control over that I could work on and I could fix. So I focused on those. So that's what I would suggest this person do is focus on the things that they can change. They can't change their parents. They can't change the counselors, and other things like that. But they can change themselves. And a lot of these things that we can work on is not rocket science, but it is hard work. And it, it, those are things that are just being repetitive and doing over and over and over. And you're going to mess up and you're going to mess up. You're going to get depressed again and you're going to lay in bed and you're going to be sad and all those things again. But you know what? You do it. You get up and you start over again. You do it, and do it until you keep doing the routine until it's second nature to you, until your life just improves itself and you get better. It's just it's just what it does. And you add on things, you know. So when I worked on one thing and got it fixed, I worked on something else. Guess what? I'm still working on things, people, because I'm not perfect. I am a big pile of poo over here. And the reason why I don't stink is because I shower now. So so if one of the things is you don't put deodorant on, you start putting deodorant on. If that's one of your challenges, that's what you start doing. Trust me, I went through a period where I didn't put deodorant on and I was smelling like a man around here. So I'm just saying those are real things that happen to people. And those are struggles. So, and this earbuds, I can't stand them. They pop out. Okay. So that's the end of the Reddit lives. So let me know what you think in the comments and I will you can go to my website and you can sign up for a free coaching and you can get more of this wonderfulness. That's Nikki. Really, I don't think of myself like that, but I'm just being facetious. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer them. Until then, I love you and I'll see you next week. Bye. Let's see if I can do the music again. So, see you later.